to a dark hidden room that was discovered to be hundreds of years old, to a room that was found to be used by a serial killer. Here are 5 creepiest secret hidden rooms that were ever found. Let's begin. Number 1. Ever since the Fowler family moved into the detached Victorian house, they were intrigued by the metal grid that was on the floor. For 3 years they would walk past the metal grid that they would see every day. It turned into a family joke of what was underneath the metal grill. So fascinating, but yet so creepy. Well, on Good Friday, after a couple of drinks, the family finally found the curiosity so overwhelming that they had to move the grill to find out what was underneath. Well, they soon were amazed to find a hole big enough for a person to get through. Family members began to squeeze through the hole, which led to a dark, eerie cellar, which appeared to look like a chapel. The first thing they came across in the middle of the basement was an old open chest, and in it were old newspapers and bottles dating back to the 1930s. Also in the middle of the cellar was a large cross, which appeared to have fallen down after rotting away. There were also some sorts of brick seats around the walls, which looked like something you might find in a church. As the family continued to search the hidden room that they have just discovered, they soon found out that there were stairs in the back of the cellar. They found that the stairs led to a cardboard. When they broke through the cardboard, they were shocked to find that the stairs actually led to the cupboard in the kitchen. Imagine living in your home for 3 years, not knowing that your home actually had a secret room that dates back over 200 years. In their quest to find some more information on the house, the family soon found out that the deeds dates back 230 years, and that the room dates back to the 1700s. Historians have said there's a chance the cellar could have been used as a Catholic hideaway, or for other non-conformist religious groups. There's a possibility a room like that could be used as a clandestine Catholic church, as you couldn't be a Catholic during that time. You would be persecuted and executed. How would you feel if you found a hidden room like that? Would it be cool or creepy? Number 2. You've just bought your house. You're excited, anxious. You just can't wait to make that house your home. Well, for this one man, he later found out the house he just bought had a secret passageway in the basement. Cleaning the basement, the new homeowner was intrigued when he could see a wooden board. His first fears were most likely, what kind of damage is this wooden board covering up? Well, once he removed the board, which was not easy, nothing could prepare him for what he was about to discover. Inside the wall was a huge hole. Inside the hole was a small room that was full of gun cases, military ammo crates and a big metal container. Inside the small room was also a large safe that was estimated to weigh as much as 200 pounds. I think it's fair to say that the new homeowner must have been scared. He must have been asking himself questions of who the hell did this house belong to. I know if it was me, I would be thinking that I've just bought a house that belonged to the best assassin this world has ever seen, and I've just broken his wooden board. It gets even worse for the new homeowner as he continued to search. Guess what he found next? Yep, he found a grenade with no pin. I'll tell you what, he's braver than us, because I know Glenn and I would have been out of there in a flash, probably screaming with the highest pitched tone voice that any man is capable of screaming, with their arms in the air. But this guy just picked up the grenade, where the powder just came out from a hole in the grenade. What's also quite eerie is that he posted this information on Reddit, and he hasn't posted since. Number 3. This story is so creepy that we just had to share it. Haiku was only 4 years old when their parents and grandparents bought a 2-story house. The grandparents lived on the first floor, while Haiku and their parents lived on the second floor. The basement was turned into 3 rooms, a storage room, a room for the father and an attic that absolutely terrified the 4-year-old girl. She would remember how she would go in the dark attic with her mother to help put boxes away, to only feel like somebody was lurking in the darkness watching her every move. Fast forward 4 years, and 8-year-old Haiku was playing with her friend Melanie, when she thought it'd be a good idea to search the house for a secret passageway. Kids in their imaginative ways. I remember when I was a kid, I would dig up the grass in the back garden believing I would end up in some mysterious place like in the movie Goonies. Give it a big like for Goonies, and also post in the comment section your childhood memories. Let's just say all I got was a telling off from my mum. Anyway, back to the Haiku story. When Haiku and their friend ended up in the totally dark attic in search for a passageway, they both felt quite uncomfortable. The only light they had was from a torch, but even then it just felt dark. This is where Melanie found a hole in the wall. Fascinated by this hole, both girls stared into this hole. They were taken back when they could see what looked like a room. What was strange was that there seemed to be no entry in the room. The girls felt too uneasy and quickly went to the back garden to play. A week passed before the girls would have the courage to go back to the attic. As the girls once again peered through the hole, all Heiko could see was just pure darkness. But her friend Melanie screamed, "What's that?" There in front of their eyes was a shadow of a man just sitting on the floor, his knees against his chest, his arms crossed over on his knees like he was hugging himself. They never saw the man ever again. That day changed their lives forever. Even though they knew on that day they saw a ghost, they were just too scared to ever talk about that man ever again. Thank you for the story. Number 4. Herman Holmes arrived in Chicago in 1886 and worked as a pharmacist, but his dream was to construct his own building, and by 1887 that dream was becoming a reality as Holmes bought an empty lot for where the construction began on a 2-story building. By 1893, Chicago was expecting a tourist boom because of the World's Fair, so Holmes told investors that he wanted to extend his building and turn it into a hotel. Well, instead of using the money that investors gave him to turn his building into a hotel, he would instead turn his building into a weird mystery funhouse, with trapdoors, hidden stairways and surprise chutes to the basement. One article described the house as the most bizarre house in all of America. Its chimneys stuck out where chimneys should never stick out. Its stairways ended nowhere in particular. Winding passages brought the visitors with a frightful jerk to where they had started from. There were rooms that had no doors. There were doors that had no rooms. A mysterious house it was indeed. In that house occurred dark and eerie deeds. It turned out that Herman Holmes was to become America's first famous serial killer. The hotel he bought was to become known as the Murder Castle. He used the upper floor to torture his victims to death. Young women and female tourists that would stay at his hotel would start disappearing. Some of the rooms were soundproof and connected by pipes or gas tank in the basement. His bedroom had controls that could fill the rooms with gas. Holmes' basement also contained a lab with equipment used for his dissections. He eventually came unstuck and confessed to the crimes. He said, "I was born with the devil in me. I could not help the fact that I was a murderer," he said. He was sentenced to death and was hanged. Number 5. In 2017, an HVAC workman was sent to a house to do some renovation in Plant City, Florida. He was asked to swap out an air conditioning system, but while he was working on some of the system's ducts, he found something quite bizarre. Upon further inspection, he found that a piece of wall didn't look like the rest of the wall. Finding this to be quite odd, the workman then pushed on the wall, which then revealed a secret room. Leading to the room was a carpeted walkway. The room contained air vents, stained wood walls, carpeted floors, cable hookups, electrical outlets, and even a makeshift bathroom. There was also some personal items on the floor and 2 license plates hung on the wall. It seemed like the room was made as a small living area. Maybe someone got so tired of all the noise that they thought of a cunning plan to make their own luxury box house inside their own home. That gives me a new idea. Or maybe the house belongs to some serial killer and the workman has just found their secret room. Thankfully, it doesn't appear as if the room was used to keep someone against their will because the lock was on the inside of the door, not on the outside. Chillingly, after the man shared the video of what he discovered, he said that someone came forward and said that the home used to be occupied by RJ and his mother, Dee Dee Moore, aka the Lottery Killer. Dee Dee was convicted of murdering Abraham Shakespeare, a Florida lottery winner in 2012. According to the worker, this was confirmed by the license plates that hung on the wall. What do you think? I'll let you Sherlock Holmes fathom this one out.